Good morning, I'm Lena Bourbon, and we are live here in Pasadena. Take a look behind me. Pasadena Unified School District, 14,000 students returning today after the summer break, but many of them returning with heavy hearts because of the the Eaton fire and the immigration raids. We'll hear from students and families coming up next.
And good morning, everyone. I'm Lou Parker, and for Jessica Holmes this morning, the Cambridge Dictionary adding some new words made popular by social media, and unfortunately, both of them did not make the cut. We'll tell you which ones did.
Say it ain't so, Jess. I'm Andy Reesmeyer in for Melvin Robert today. We've got, it was a bit. It did not land, let me tell you. More jokes like that coming up, plus Jason Isaacs from the White Lotus will join us live. You do not want to miss it.
All right, good morning, everybody. 8 o'clock, and the morning's moving along very nicely. Temperatures warming up, but just enjoy today and what we had over the weekend. That's all going to change by, let's say, it starts to warm up tomorrow. But when we head into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and all the way through this coming weekend, it's going to get hot. San Fernando Valley, 94. Downtown, 84 degrees. Inland Empire, 97 degrees. And the high desert already at 72, going for a high of 96 degrees. Ginger, with all your latest in traffic.
Yeah. You know, the thing is, we do have a fairly serious situation that is developing anytime we talk about a motorcycle crash. And I think the good news is, though, it does sound like it's in the process of already clearing. 118 eastbound side right at the 5, so that's where we had that motorcycle wreck. It may be just clearing to the shoulder, not necessarily completely off the freeway, right? You still see some delays. And remember, that stretch of the 118 is normally busy anyway, 118 east, as people try to make their way to the 5, which is already fully loaded up. This is a great look at the 55 freeway, which has been one of the really active spots. 55 south right here at about Lincoln Avenue. The tie-up that's here, it's still sitting in lanes, and things are a little bit slow, but then because it's in this spot, things are starting to get a little bit heavier and then extend onto the 91 freeway as well. And the 91 tends to be busy, but this is one of those areas where things kind of get a little bit better. So I do believe that that's just that domino effect from all the delays trying to make your way over to that 55 split. We're going to keep track of all the things that are going to pop and jam up your drive. It is getting busier for sure because of back to school. I'll send it over to you, Frank.
We begin the 8 o'clock hour with some breaking news. A SWAT standoff continues this hour with an armed suspect at a home in the San Fernando Valley. Police activity now affecting operations at a nearby elementary school. KTLA's Aaron Myers live in Arleta with the very latest. Aaron, good morning.
Good morning, Frank. Beachy Avenue Elementary School is closed for the day. They're telling students and staff to go to Canterbury Avenue Elementary instead, as this standoff, it has been going on since about 1 o'clock this morning. You can see here behind me, the LAPD does have the area blocked off. We're at Terabella Street and Beachy Avenue. The Los Angeles City Fire Department also out here as well. But take a look at this. Sky 5 was overhead a short time ago. You can see a SWAT vehicle in the street facing a partially closed fence in front of the driveway of a home. Several officers standing behind it. Now, we are told the suspect has been inside that home located on the 14,000 block of Gruen Street, refusing to leave. Several canine teams also arrived around 6 this morning. The standoff has now been going on for hours, since about 1 this morning. This after officers responded to a call for an assault with a deadly weapon. A police helicopter was overhead as well very early this morning, circling the area, spotlight on. The LAPD tells us they believe the suspect is a man in his 40s who had been released from the hospital for a possible overdose. Once at the home, he allegedly started threatening family with a firearm. The LAPD tells us they did see the suspect walking around the home with multiple firearms, but say everyone was able to get out of the house. Officers say they did make contact with the suspect at some point, as has family, but he still hasn't come out. The tense situation leading to the evacuation of nearby residents. And you can see here, this is when SWAT officers arrived around 4 a.m. Several vehicles coming into the neighborhood. The Los Angeles City Fire Department, as I said, has been out here on standby as well in case any medical treatment is needed. Now back here live, once again, this situation still very active and ongoing. The LAPD working to bring this to a close peacefully, but it is best to avoid this area. area for the time being. Reporting live here in Arleta, I'm Erin Myers. I'll send it back to you both in the studio.
Aaron, thank you for that. A Hollywood legend dying over the weekend. The man who opened the iconic West Hollywood celebrity-frequented restaurant has died. Dan Tana opened the famous Santa Monica Boulevard hangout, Dan Tana's. In 1964, the restaurant started out as a place where stars could gather late at night with the kitchen open till 12:30 in the morning. And it worked. He served a regular clientele that included Marilyn Monroe, James Dean, Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis. In 2009, Dan Tana sold the restaurant and moved overseas. The location remains a hotspot till this day. Dan Tana was 90 years old.
Air Canada planes remain grounded after flight attendants defied a return to work order. The flight crew strike began on Saturday morning, causing the airline to cancel hundreds of flights over the weekend, including all flights in and out of Los Angeles. The Canadian Industrial Relations Board ordered airline staff back to work yesterday afternoon, with Air Canada planning to resume those flights last night. However, the flight attendants union says the strike is still on. Air Canada is hoping to resume flights this evening, but with contract talks deadlocked over pay, it is unclear now when flight crews will return to work. The workers say they want better pay and to be paid for work on the ground, such as boarding passengers. Only a few airlines offer boarding pay. And students of the Pasadena Unified School District going back to school this morning. Administrators are assuring immigrant students and their parents as well that they will be protected amid ICE roundups. And Alina Abovian is in Pasadena with all of those details. Good morning, Alina.
Hi, Lou. Good morning. Yeah, it's a very exciting day. We're talking about 14,000 students in this district returning back to school for the fall semester. Now, take a look behind me. It's a big day. It's a special day. We're seeing students arriving with their parents this morning. A lot of excitement in the air. Now, this is Altadena Arts Magnet. However, the students here being housed here at Allendale because so many students, so many schools being moved around as a result of the Eaton fire. This is just one example of how students have been moved to other campuses. And unfortunately for so many families this morning here in Pasadena, it's been a rough few months. The Eaton fire paired with the immigration raids. And this is a message from Pasadena's mayor out to families this morning, essentially saying there's certainly no place in this state or in this county for anyone to live in fear, telling families that they should feel safe and secure, that their children will be protected while they are at school. Now, a series of immigration raids in Pasadena area and in LA County have taken place over the last few months since early June. Pasadena Unified Superintendent Dr. Elizabeth Blanco also saying this morning that every child deserves safety, dignity, and a true sense of belonging. She mentioned that raids have not taken place on school campuses, but there have been attempts closer to schools, which has raised some fear and concern. As per district policy, law enforcement must check it out the door and cannot be on school grounds without a court order. Additionally, immigration status of a student is never collected or shared. Now, many families in the district are dealing with an entirely different issue as kids are returning back for the fall. Those families who lost their homes or were displaced during the Eaton fire in January. 5 Pasadena Unified schools did burn down, and more than 10,000 students and nearly 1,400 employees lived in or near an evacuation zone.
Yeah, it's been tough, but there's collective love because of the collective grief. So,
What are you anticipating?
Probably the teacher is gonna show us around the new class.
You guys lost your house in the fire? Can you tell me about that?
Well, look, this happened. So we were in the house, and then I didn't know nothing, so we had to pack up, and then we went to another house.
And you came back, your house was gone? And back out here live, that's right, kids, even a third grader, trying to process everything that they've been through over the last few months. And it really is hard. And the school district is acknowledging that. So they are offering additional resources for mental health, for emotional health, if anyone feels like they are struggling right now. I'm Lena Bourbon reporting live in Pasadena this morning, KTLA 5 News.
All right, Lena, thank you for that.
Hello.
Hello, Barbara.
Barbara?
Well, she was called
We were just
Jessica.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Is this the thing we're doing now? We're calling Lou different names today?
It's a new thing.
Okay.
We
I'll
should
take
run
it.
I was going to say we should run it by Lou to see if she likes it or not. Okay, good morning, everybody. Lou Parker, the one, the only Lou Parker, in for Jessica. Let's go to the weather forecast, which is looking good for today. And it's going to be looking great, but the only problem is the heat will really start to pick up over the next couple of days. We can expect those temperatures to be reaching into the 100-degree mark. Right now, the temperature is at 68. It's 1 degree warmer than it was yesterday at this time. Relative humidity, that is holding at 29.97, and winds from the east at 8 miles per hour. Let's go on and look at the clear skies, and skies going to be clearing out a whole lot earlier over the next couple of days. Yesterday, 84, on track for average. 104, that happened in 1885. Big time wind advisory, but main thing is the big time heat. First of all, we look at the wind advisory. Sundowners going to be hitting into Santa Barbara and all the way into those areas just a little bit to the northeast. That wind advisory is on until tomorrow, 5 o'clock.